It's Sunday, 6:30 p.m. GMT, and it's time for Sunday Smoothers. Sunday Smoothers. Broadcast to you from London with Zach Jones. Relax, pour yourself a drink, and let the music flow over you. Let the music flow over you. Sunday Smoothers, Sunday Smoothers. Zach dedicates Sunday Smoothers to all my friends, my family, and our Lord Jesus, Jesus Christ. Sunday Smoothers, Sunday Smoothers.
Hello and welcome to Zach's Cozy Corner. This is my weekly slot when I ramble on about vaguely interesting things. Now, this week, I'm going to come to this in a minute. But first, I'd like to talk about the chair. This is called the Cozy Chair. We got given it from some people down the road. They said, "Would you like a chair?" And we said, "Would we like a chair?" So, and it's comfy. No, sorry, it's called the Comfy Chair. Did I say the Cozy Chair? No, it's called the Comfy Chair. And it's been a week like that. Anyway, sorry, I need to keep talking about the chair for a few more minutes. So the Cozy Comfy Chair, it used to be down in the hall, and I'm sitting here on the stage. My keyboard's, the one I'm playing, actually behind the camera. I have repositioned myself so that you can have a beautiful view of the church hall, because people you go on and on about the church hall all the time. Where is this blooming church hall? That's it, it's behind me. And as you can see, it's quite large and quite echoey, which is why the microphone is out of sight, because it's so echoey, I don't need to be close to the mic. Right. New addition. This is a wonderful new addition to my portfolio of Roland technology. In addition to production manager, how many? 17 synthesizers and counting. I'm trying not to buy any more at the moment. What I do is I buy them on eBay when they're really, really cheap, and I only buy them if they're bargains. But I seem to have found 17 bargains so far, and I only buy Roland. You just kind of like you get into a brand and you sort of stick with it. But obviously with that many synths, I then need to have lots of amps, and I've got one that's behind the camera again, and then I've got 3 more, so I've got 4 amps. And now the new addition is a Roland's V drum machine kit. Right, so it's basically a full drum kit, like you'd have like the one with the Beatles, when they've got the big one at the front that says the Beatles on it. Right, this is basically an electronic. It's not basic. I don't like the word basically. Like politicians and things. Or some very important issues, and an interviewer might be saying, "So tell me about the inoculation program," and they go, "Well, basically, Nick," and you go, well, "Why basically? Shouldn't it be, well, importantly?" That kind of thing. Basically, it's just like. It's not the right word. And the other word, let's talk about words for a bit. My mate Tom, who Tom, he was playing the piano for me last week when I sang that Ave Maria song. When you look back at your own performances, often you think you go, or you go, it's like. That's another one. Lots of people go, it's like this, it's like that. Apparently, I say anyways a lot, and so I'm trying to not say anyways a lot. Go, anyways, I'm going to talk to you about the drum kit now, that type of thing. Right, let me get back to the drum kit. So the drum kit was very kindly bequeathed to us by some great friends of mine, Barbara and Denise, who run Hidden Depths Canal Boat trips in London. And I've done some work with them in the past, and so has production manager. And for a donation which we made to a hospice, which is very important to Barbara and Denise, they kindly, in return for that donation to the hospice, we were able to acquire this fantastic drum kit. And I am really, really, really grateful to Denise and Barbara. So thank you very, very much for that. It's going to be a huge asset to my own performances, and also the performances of our band SW8, which is me, Tim and Tom. Now, I haven't turned it on, but I have been playing it earlier. I am not a drummer. However, I'm going to learn how to be a drummer, but not today. But I wanted to show you the kit so that next week when when it's suddenly Zach like doing a Phil Collins, I'm not going to dress as a gorilla, by the way, right? So no gorilla costumes, right? But I will be playing the drums as well, and so will Tom and Tim. We'll just share it. It's part of the band's equipment, so that's the drum kit. Now, the other thing is I'm going to talk a little bit about the church hall and about. See, I'm doing the again. That's it, because I'm off script. I'm off piste. I'm improvising. I am making it up as I go along, sort of thing. The church hall behind us. This used to be a dreadful yellow colour, full of rubbish and all kinds of stuff. And me and Tom have been redecorating it throughout lockdown, and we are now just polishing the floor. Now, if you ever need to polish a wooden floor, what you do is you first apply an oil called sealer, and you just hands and knees. That's why my jeans are all kind of like dusty on the knees. Hands and knees. You put the sealer on, right, up and down. It's up and down, right? You let it dry for 24 hours. Then you come back and you apply wax, which you can mop on, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. You mop it on, and then we've got a machine which you go, whoa, it doesn't make that noise, that's me making a noise, whoa, and it spins round like that, yeah, and then it buffs it up, it gives it a sheen that we're all proud of. It makes the hall look majestic, ready for action, ready for renting actually, because we want to try and rent it out and make loads of money. That's the point. That's why we've been doing all this. It's not just because we like volunteering for duff jobs, it's just because we want to rent it out and make loads of money. Right, so with regard to the church hall, this is so funny, as the final piece today, I am going to perform a dance for you. And I'm going to dance to a song by the Wombles. Do you remember early on in Sunday's movies, I played the Wombling song? I'm now going to play another song at the end. So I'm not going to, I'm going to dance to the Wombles original. I'm not playing it, I'm dancing, right? But it was from my childhood, and I had this record that my Auntie Lou gave me for Christmas one year. And I think I haven't got it anymore. I must have listened to it too. It was just like full of scratches. And it's called Exercise is Good for You, Laziness is Not. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what listeners are going to think about this, because it's just a little bit bonkers. Right. So just before I close Cozy Corner, I want to let you know of the songs that I've been performing today. So after the vocoder introduction, I played a secret song. It's Guess That Song, okay? So the one that you just heard is Guess That Song, and that was played on a setting called Film Orchestra Octaves. And it is the same song that will be played just before I dance at the end. And you've got to try and work out if you can guess what the song is. I think many of you will definitely know it. As I said, I played it on the Roland with the setting, which is Film Octaves. Film Octaves. And it was quite tricky to play. So you'll listen to it and you like it or not, you'll love it anyway. You just heard it anyway, so you did love it. Yeah, that's what I mean. It was quite tricky to play because every time you play you play a note on the keyboard, it plays an octaves. It kind of plays octaves with a fifth in. So that's why it is kind of slow and smooth. A bit like me, slow and smooth. Yeah. So and what the song is will be revealed. After this, there will be a song called, before Poetry Parlour will be a song called Like a Tramp, which is absolutely beautiful. And my mate Tom suggested that I might want to try and play that, and I'm really happy with that. And then also I was looking for a poem for Poetry Parlour, and again Tom when he came over this morning, he brought a poetry book and he says, Zach, I've got the poem for you. Right. So I am wearing a hoodie with the hood up during that poem. And when you listen to the poem, you might understand why. So I'm going to wrap up. I'm not actually going to do the mailbag today. Reason being is because we want to try and keep this broadcast to the normal length, and I'm going to do my extra silly dance for you at the end. So I'm going to wrap up now. So from Zach's Cozy Corner, dear listeners, or dear smoothers, it's goodbye and God bless. I found this song this morning. I haven't actually, it's the first time I've ever seen it. I've heard it in the past. Which way am I? Oh, I've got two cameras. It's called Only a Tramp. And it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to play this for you now. Hope you enjoy it. Only a tramp was Lazarus' friend. He who lay down and the rich man's gate. He begged for the crowd. The rich man was only a tramp, found dead on the street. He was some mother's darling. He was some mother's son. Once he was fair, and once he was young. Some mother rocked him, her darling to sleep, and left him to die like a tramp on the street. Jesus who died on Calvary's tree, shed his life's blood for you and for me. They pierced his side, his hands and his feet. They left him to die like a tramp on the street. He was Mary's own darling. He was God's chosen son. Once he was fair, and once he was young. Mary, she rocked him, her darling to sleep, and left him to die like a tramp on the street. If Jesus should come and knock on your door for a place to come in, or beg from your store, would you welcome him in, or turn him away? It's your choice. He loves you always. I made a few mistakes there because I just started reading this, but it's beautiful. So I'm going to sing it again. I might do it slightly slower actually. Only a tramp was Lazarus' friend. He who lay down and the some mother's darling. He was some mother's son. Once he was fair, and once he was young. Some mother rocked her darling to sleep, and left him to die like a tramp on the street. Jesus who died on Calvary's tree, shed his life's blood for you and for me. They pierced his side, his hands and his feet. They left him to die like a tramp on the street. He was Mary's own darling. He was God's chosen son. Once he was fair, once he was young. Mary, she rocked him, her darling to sleep, but they left him to die like a tramp on the street. If Jesus should come and knock on your door for a place to come into, or some bread from your store, would you welcome him in, or turn him away? It's your choice. He loves you always.
Hello again and welcome to Zach's Poetry Parlour. This week I'm going to read a poem by D.H. Lawrence, and it's called How Beastly the Bourgeois Is. Here we go. How beastly the bourgeois is. How beastly the bourgeois is, especially the male of the species. Presentable, eminently presentable. Shall I make you a present of him? Isn't he handsome? Isn't he healthy? Isn't he a fine specimen? Doesn't he look the fresh, clean Englishman outside? Isn't it God's own image, tramping his 30 miles a day after partridges, or a little rubber ball? Wouldn't you like to be like that? Well off and quite the thing? Oh, but wait. Let him meet a new emotion. Let him be faced with another man's need. Let him come home to a bit of moral difficulty. Let life face him with a new demand on his understanding. And then watch him go soggy like a wet meringue. Watch him turn into a mess, either a fool or a bully. Just watch the display of him, confronted with a new demand on his intelligence, a new life demand. How beastly the bourgeois is, especially the male of the species. Nicely groomed, like a mushroom. Standing there so sleek and erect and eyeable, like the fungus living on the remains of a bygone life, sucking his life out of the dead leaves of greater life than his own. And even so, he's stale. He's been there too long. Touch him, and you'll find he's all gone inside. Just like an old mushroom, all wormy inside and hollow under a smooth skin and an upright appearance. Full of seething, wormy, hollow feelings, rather nasty. How beastly the bourgeois is. Standing in their thousands, these appearances in damp England. What a pity they can't all be kicked over like sickening toadstools and left to melt back swiftly into the soil of England. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Huh? Did you, oh, sorry, 1 minute. Put my glasses on there. Oh dear. I always forget my glasses and I can't see my notes. So, did you guess what the song was? Of course you did. All heavens declare. All heavens declare the glory of the risen Lord. Who can compare with the beauty of the Lord? Forever he will be the Lamb upon the throne. I gladly bow the knee and worship him alone. Let's do it again. All hands declare the glory of the risen Lord. Who can compare with the beauty of the Lord? Forever he will be the Lamb upon the throne. I'll gladly bow the knee and worship him alone. Oh, let's declare the glory of the risen Lord. Who can compare with the beauty of the Lord? Forever he will be the Lamb upon the throne. I gladly bow the knee and worship him alone.
Tom told me not to say So after this song, I am going to go down into the middle of the church hall and I'm going to dance for you. This is a little secret. Yes. But I just don't feel ready to dance yet, so I'm going to just do one more verse of All Heavens Declare because, man, it's just one of my favourite songs in the world. All heavens declare the glory of the risen. Who can compare with the beauty of the Lord? Forever He will be the Lamb upon the throne. I gladly bow the knee and worship Him alone.
Standing on your tiptoes, running on the spot. Exercise is good for you, laziness is not. 1, 2, 3, 4, bouncing on your feet. Where is Orinoco? Probably asleep. Up in the morning for a 5-mile run, down to the river for a swim. Biceps are bulging, it's all good fun. Chest out and keep your tummy in. Jumping in your gym shoes, skipping with a rope. If you haven't got the energy, you haven't got a hope. Running in the morning, good for the thighs. Running in the evening, good for the eyes. Physical exertion makes you strong, keeps you alert and slim. Just keep skipping and you can't go wrong. You'll be sound in mind and limb. Mind and limb. Left, right, up, down, stop. Is anybody tired yet? Top is not. Puffing like a steam train, running like a horse. Is anyone for tennis now? Top's golf course. Up in the morning for a 5-mile run, down to the river for a swim. Biceps are bulging, it's all good fun. Chest out and keep your tummy in. Poetry in motion, legs in line, pressing up and pressing down 4/4 time. Poetry in motion, legs in line, pressing up and pressing down 3/4 time. Standing on your tiptoes, running on the spot. Exercise is good for you, laziness is not. Standing on your tiptoes, running on the spot. Exercise is good for you, laziness is not. Standing on your tiptoes, running on the spot. Exercise is good for you, laziness is not. Standing on your tiptoes, running on the spot. Exercise is good for you, laziness is not. Standing on your tiptoes, running on the spot. Exercise is good for you, laziness is not.
I enjoyed that.